As we wrap up 2023 and prepare for 2024, with all of its potential for disruption and change on the horizon, I find it's a very good time to talk about the world of media and the changes we've experienced over the past 10 years, and how those changes are relevant to where we're at today. I've been reading more and more media reports on the concept of the news desert and ghost newsrooms. Well, it turns out quite a few local media organizations have either been bought out or closed down over the past decade, with very little in their wake to replace them. For those that have remained, quite a few are operating as what is defined as a ghost newsroom. As covered in the Wall Street Journal recently in their article, "Your Local Newspaper Might Not Have a Single Reporter," the ghost newsroom is a business model and concept whereby what used to be a newsroom with staff covering local stories by journalists has been reduced to no staff and simply freelancers covering a few stories here and there. With some of this local media having been bought up by larger national conglomerates, the websites for these local media have integrated more generic national news articles that are kind of shared amongst a myriad of other local publications, often owned by these very same conglomerates, alongside their sparser local coverage. The same has happened in LGBTQ media as well. It started out with the closure of Window Media 15 years ago, and has continued on recently amongst publications ranging from Echo Magazine in Phoenix, Camp KC in Kansas City, Out and About Nashville, Frontiers Magazine in Los Angeles, Next Magazine in New York, and well, the list goes on. But not everything is doom and gloom in this media world. In this disruptive scenario lies opportunity. That very same Wall Street Journal article also points out that in its place, some freelancers have begun to fill this local journalism void. They operate on a small but viable budget and focus their efforts online, with the website and supporting social media as their primary outreach and presence to support and publish the content they create. I would say that this is kind of the first level of a basic new media local newsroom business that can support itself. Because the next level would be a local individual or organization covering news and stories, but with a stronger emphasis on social media and less on those traditional articles on a website. We're seeing this in the rise of TikTok video news, as well as other kind of news in written form, photos, or videos that use one of the myriad of social media platforms popular today, including TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook Reels, YouTube, and those are their primary content distribution platforms. The third and most exciting business model we're seeing in local media today kind of incorporates everything we've mentioned thus far, including a website for content, as well as social media posts created to carry these news bites directly to their audiences via Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, and more. And these social media posts will include the subjects they are talking about being tagged in the post, structured to tap into the true potential of social media. And where this is all taken to the next level is when these social media platforms are leveraged and maximized to their full potential. Rather than just being used as an extension of a local newsroom, these social media profiles are managed in such a way as to be engaged with their audience, in a two-way relationship speaking with their audience rather than just to or at their audience. On the social media level, this new type of local media companies engage with local content creators, as well as influencers and others that are posting high-quality, relevant local content that can be curated and shared by the local media's social media platforms. In addition, if there are high-quality articles published by other media that are relevant to this local audience, they can be curated, posted on the website, shared via social media as well. Thus, this new type of local media company becomes kind of a living, breathing hub of local news that is a combination of locally created content, curated content that is relevant at the local level, and high-quality, user-generated content that helps bring local events and other news to life from a more authentic lens than ever before. We're seeing this business model take off more and more from LA to DC, from London to Tokyo, including all points in between. It's becoming a truly global phenomenon. In the LGBTQ+ world, as part of this local ecosystem, we're even seeing local government using their social media as their primary marketing outreach, with content from local LGBTQ events being created and promoted in DC, Atlanta, Philadelphia, and more. In Los Angeles, the local LGBTQ Center has served as kind of a mini media hub, posting and promoting their own content alongside other local LGBT content, news, and events that are happening in their area. They even acquired the domain gay.com a few years back. In the world of health, we're seeing more and more grant money go towards HIV and STD prevention, including PrEP, being spent by local LGBTQ centers that have an existing local social media audience that they can get the word out to directly. In fact, most organizations that would have been traditional advertisers for local LGBTQ media are now posting and promoting themselves, going direct to their audiences. Having the ability to also work with a local LGBTQ media company that is designed to amplify their current postings to reach an even wider yet targeted local LGBTQ audience is becoming the win-win strategy as we enter 2024. It's perfectly aligned with how most local organizations, large and small, are getting the word out today. We talk a lot about local media here, but as you can see, this same strategy applies to any niche media around the globe. Being able to be an LGBTQ media hub for travel, for sports, theater, movies, and more allows organizations that are promoting LGBTQ travel to their destinations or LGBTQ films to a movie-going audience to team up to help see their content amplified to an even greater targeted audience. So what does this look like in practice? Well, let's take a look at a destination such as Palm Springs. Here you're seeing local restaurant content, local LGBTQ health content, local event content, all being posted online with the ability to be promoted and amplified to an audience that either lives in Palm Springs or has a desire to travel to Palm Springs. This applies to social media content and content that is discovered by monitoring for LGBTQ plus Palm Springs content and simultaneously curating and sharing that content to an LGBTQ plus local and traveling audience. Monitoring and sharing high-quality user-generated content as well as local LGBTQ plus media content related to an event, in this case Palm Springs Pride, allows for both the local media company and a destination client to be promoted along with the same sharing of content. The same applies for the world of LGBTQ theater, as seen in these posts for a recent New York off-Broadway production, or in the world of LGBTQ film, as seen in these posts for recent LGBTQ films in theaters and film festivals recently, including a summary of a campaign's advertising performance. In the world of health, working with existing artwork and messaging allows for a campaign reaching a targeted audience both regionally and by theme, in this case individuals who have shown an interest in HIV and STD prevention. The list goes on. So from this new style of LGBTQ media company, what does this win-win partnership look like? Well, we see two viable directions here. One is for the media company to operate as kind of a hybrid media and marketing company. The media side of their business allows for their clients and partners to tap directly into their well-curated, targeted audience via their website and social media platforms, just like traditional online media companies have done in years past. The marketing side of this business model, however, allows for putting advertising dollars towards this same targeted audience, reaching this audience with greater frequency while also reaching out to others in the same demographic target, utilizing some of the advertising technologies available today via social media, mobile app advertising, programmatic banner, and video advertising, and more. The second viable option is for the media company to operate as a content creator as well, developing written content, photos, and video for clients that can then be distributed via their media network. This is more aligned with the kind of current influencer content creator business model, but when applied to a media company rather than an individual, it allows for a stronger business lens to be applied to this style of content creation and outreach. This business model also allows for strong collaboration with existing influencers and content creators, bringing advertising revenue to these influencers while allowing some of the best and most current content created today to be leveraged as advertising content. And perhaps a combination of media, marketing, and content creation can be established to create an even more unique organization with the simple mission of helping their clients reach a stronger, yet wider and more targeted audience than ever before. In the LGBTQ+ world, that is our ILoveGay business model. It's a hybrid media and marketing firm with kind of a dose of content creation brought in as needed. We've had a record year in 2023 with bringing these elements of this strategy to the marketplace, and we're poised to bring this all together even stronger for our clients in 2024, with our ILoveGay network now reaching over 1.5 million followers and growing fast. So please give us a call or email us today. We would love to work with you.